Welcome to the Super Facts Show on the Super Facts Network, featuring St. Laz, who also hosts the popular web series Gem Pop, and music journalist Mark Walter Ward. They have discussions about hip-hop, culture, society, philosophy, and everything else. Now available on YouTube and wherever else you get your podcasts. What up, world? It's your boy Mark Walter Ward, Super Facts Show, Super Facts Network. Today we got with us, you might recognize this man from lecturing at Harvard, winning 106 in Park freestyles, being the backbone of his community, particularly during the Ferguson. Man, I don't know what you label that, the Ferguson chaos, the Ferguson injustice. You might have seen him speaking on CNN. You might have heard one of his many great albums. You might have seen him being involved in creating the Gangland Political Party. You might know him from being on the board of the Boycott Times with Dr. Cornel West, the esteemed Mordecai Lyons. But however you know him, this my man Tef Poe. How you doing today, brother?
Man, I'm good, bro. Good to be here with you. I always wanted to do this show. I just felt like every time you hit me up, I had nothing that was worthy of pushing. So the stars lined up at the right time.
See, I mean, I hate to start off disagreeing, but I think just hearing you speaking and your thoughts are always worth pushing. But
No doubt.
I mean, so now you do got something that's definitely worth pushing. For those who aren't aware, Tef dropped the album 9 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I might as well I posted it on Dirty Glove Bastard, so I might as well just read what I said. I wrote, and because of those aforementioned accomplishments, particularly with the boycott times, Tef's work in the community. I know he ain't gonna toot his own horn, but he's always doing stuff like making sure people have food, school supplies, conflict resolution in the community, which might be one of the most valuable services in any impoverished community of any race, which gets zero fucking attention. But that's a story for another day. So I wrote, I think Tef Poe is the most important artist making music today. While his music is unparalleled, from the thematic depth to his ability to convey a wide spectrum of emotion, his biggest successes have come outside the realm of rap. From being part of the Boycott Times to his new Gangland Political Party, Tef has been letting his actions speak for him and the voiceless for years. And then I have the album posted. This is on Dirty Glove Bastard. And if you listen to the album, I feel everything I say rings true. It's definitely strong thematically. I mean, I don't know if you got your start as a battle rapper or whatever, but you've certainly had success. So there's lyrics, I noticed you got some like lines for the lyric heads. It's a little buried though, because I could tell. I mean, with everything you do, as I see you mature the last few years, with you're more important about getting the message and the movement out there than anything personalized or shit, really any accolades.
Yeah, man. It's a while, bro, because it's tripping me out, man. Now I got people hitting me up, people like you, different other folks saying like, yo, for those of us that's been paying attention, it's a decade strong of quality albums from you. You know what I'm saying? And I just never really looked at it like that. I've always tried to curate my own sound and just make my own musical universe with my producer, specifically Duke Rellington. And we knew we were doing something unique. Like,
yeah, you never followed nobody. I mean, I don't want to say no names. You being from St. Louis and all, there was a couple of people that wanted to sound like Nelly and them. Yeah, and that didn't work out so well,
Yeah. The thing is, man, when you come up in the St. Louis hip hop scene, at least one person from Nelly's crew. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least one of the Lunatics, if not.
I mean, they nice too. I wasn't trying to say nothing bad about them. No, I know but anybody listening, don't get twisted. Yeah. They nice with it, but no one else gonna be nice with what they nice with.
Yeah, everybody know I show all. I never disrespect them as disrespect warranted. You know what I'm saying? And, man, Murphy Lee always show me love. Keywan always show me love. So we show the respect back. You know what I'm saying? I feel like lyrically, a lot of people outside of St. Louis don't know it because we kind of got our own like world of things that have happened here that weren't really relevant to the rest of the world, kind of. But that boy Murph was kind of like our Lil Wayne for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? He was
Oh, definitely.
his voice was on everything. But
EP Crush out Welcome to Atlanta remix, but I remember that specifically.
you know what I'm saying? So, and after that, he had stuff that was like instrumentals and stuff, just hard to find freestyles and stuff. So
Oh, yeah.
we grew up in that climate of wanting to be MCs like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I come from. That's when I was a younger cat trying to figure out how to get my name out, watching all these other people run around St. Louis. It was like Rap City. And I'm just blessed to be a part of the conversation, and even more blessed nowadays because it's a new generation of talent. You know what I'm saying? It's a new era, and I'm still in the midst of those convos. We still dropping compelling content. We still got our fan base thriving, and we in the mix. So I can't ask for more. It's a blessing. You know what I'm saying?
So speaking of your fan base, how they been responding to Nine thus far? Because you know I'm not super hip, but to your discography, but by that I've listened to, you know, I think at least 8 of them at least once, and there's a few that I've listened to several times. You know.
Yeah. Word up. I feel like most people chime in this current era of where I'm at with things. People probably chime in right about around War Machine 3. Then, you know, there's those the real diehard loyalists that might tap in around like cheer for the villain, which was right before that. But I've been able to make all those releases like events, musical events for the people that follow me. And sometimes it worked out better than other times. But each time I've been learning how to make better music and how to be more relatable and how to convey what I actually want to say. And what I've learned for real, man, is that while I am a political rapper to an extent, because I'm gonna say the stuff that other people ain't gonna say, and I come from a certain position with my views, I really talk about my relationships a lot. If you really peep game, if you really peep game and what I'm rapping about myself as a man. You really witnessing the soul of a man in my music. You know what I'm saying? Like me wrestle with myself and my contradictions and the stuff that's more closer to what I really come from. You know, I mix that all up with my views. And I feel like I'm always pushing myself to a position to be more honest about what I'm rapping about. You know what I'm saying? And that honesty really is above all, for me, is a self-critique, you know what I'm saying, about how I'm treating people. What am I really about? You know what I'm saying? What are my real demons? And I think Nine is just, I went into writing Nine feeling like I just knew what I was doing. I knew who I was. I know who I am differently. I know I'm not trying to crystallize myself and make myself come off as something I'm not, because that's something I can't carry outside of the music. I can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to carry it. If I were to give y'all a persona or some stuff that I'm not in that music, I got to live that, you know what I'm saying? And then people going to approach me and expect me to be that person that they've been pumping in their ears. And then when they find out I'm not, they're gonna be like, bro, you're a straight fraud. So I try to just master telling the truth about me. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, like I told you earlier, like this is definitely my favorite album I heard thus far. I've listened to it several times. I mean, like at least 7, 8 times now. But before we get into the songs, you know, you said you keep everything real, but you actually do play a little bit of a character. You're a wanted suspect who stole the vaccine.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what was the meaning of that? Like
So man,
I know it has a deeper meaning, and you know, I could probably pull something out my ass that sound good in a college class, but I'd rather hear the actual meaning, you know.
Oh man, you know, so the vaccine is a controversial conversation right now. Some people say don't take it. Some people say take it. When we look at the zip codes and all of that, we got to wonder, are they sending like trash vaccines to, you know, more impoverished communities? They speedballed it to the market. You know what I'm saying? People hated Trump, but under his administration, the vaccine was passed. So it's like you hate the man, but you love the vaccine. Like, you know, it's just, I just wanted to raise a lot of those contradictions in a creative way, or not even the contradictions, just the conversations. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what was that shit back in the day? Things that make you go, I forgot who had that song. Nah, bro, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I ain't taking no sides on nothing, because be real with you, Like I feel like you probably started a political party because I feel like you can't believe none of them motherfuckers. Either way, like man, you ain't never lied. Everything you
know what
just
I'm saying?
said things that make you go, hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really what I be trying to present in my music. You feel me? Like, is because I'm not necessarily. Of course, sometimes you might hear me go like, "Damn, he just said F so and so." Wow, but that's just after I fully have interrogated the situation.
That shit on shit you
Exactly.
don't know, you putting it out there and letting the listener come to their own conclusion.
Exactly.
I mean that's what's wrong with that. I mean I ain't trying to get too tangential, but
Nah.
that's what seems to be wrong with that party shit now. Is like it's forced.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I'm cool with people getting abortions and owning guns. You know what I mean? I'm cool with people not getting mad fucking time for fucking minimum amount of drugs. Like,
yeah, man.
you know, like Donald Trump all bad and everything. I guess I don't even understand that shit. But I don't understand how the answer is the motherfucker that wrote the crime bill that I personally went to prison for, or a lady that got caught lying to suppress evidence to keep somebody from getting exonerated that got executed. Because I know one thing, at the end of the day, I don't know nothing about no fucking political parties, but I ain't no fan of no criminal justice system. And I don't know how the fuck you're gonna tell me the representatives of that is gonna end racism.
Facts. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like people was dancing in the streets when Trump left office. But like, you know, I told people this, I said this, and a lot of people weren't listening. It was over a lot of people's heads. I said, that's all good, but Biden represents the reformation of the establishment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm not saying Trump wasn't a criminal or whatever, but everybody in America is a criminal. So I don't really have too much partiality towards them. But Biden definitely represents the reformation of the establishment, and that represents something different than the latter administration.
I mean, that motherfucker used to be in favor of segregation. Like, I just don't, that shit is confusing to me.
They caught his son saying the N-word, man. You know what I'm saying? Like recently, it was just crazy.
I know, shit wild as a motherfucker. But hey, so you know, back to that excellence that's Nine, and anybody listening, you know, it's on all streaming platforms, YouTube Music, Spotify. The first song, "Vaccinated the Sun."
Yeah, man.
I mean, like a lot of the songs switch in the middle, but in the beginning, it's definitely like you was kind of getting your story on. And what I took from it, it was almost like when some people realize that they can't win, they attack the gatekeepers of the system, either by direct action or just like outright defiance of societal edicts.
Yeah,
that's what I took from the first part. Like that shit was thought provoking. Like I enjoy things that made me think.
Yeah, yo, I've played that. I played that for my friends. I got a homeboy named Brother Thunder. He used to call himself Brother Thunder. We call him Siraj Watt now. I was playing the album for him, and he was like, every time I played that part, that intro, he was like, "Man, you got to stop this thing. You got to rewind." He was like, "What are you doing?" He was like, "You snapping on you can't." He was like, "You took the handlebars off on that part, man." Yeah. But for me, it was like this, family. It's like this. Moving forward, y'all gonna get more stuff like that from me. I want to be able to push the boundaries of my creativity and also talk about the things that these other rappers don't got the mind to talk about. They don't got the mind, they don't got the language, they don't got the knowledge, they don't got the soul. They can't write no story like that, man. You know what I'm saying? And make somebody sit back and critically analyze things and come up with a deeper analysis of. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? And I used to listen to hip hop like that. With that's why I got all the switches and all of that in there, because I'm a student of the game. I remember listening to my cousin Saint Poe. I got a cousin, we call him Saint Poe. I'm Tef Poe, he's Saint Poe. He used to be like the hip hop dude, but he was younger than me. He had all the records. He kind of put me up on game. So he came over to my crib one day with one of the Jay-Z albums. It was the album where he made that song, "Come and Get Me."
Yeah, Volume 1.
Yeah, and it goes, "I got shots to give, come and get me." He got that beat in the beginning, right?
Yeah, Timberland jump.
then it switches in the middle, right? And
Yeah.
it, come and get me. So
Mhm.
all my life, I've been wanting to do a whole album like that. You know what I'm saying? Like what I was like, yo, what if you did a whole album like that? And I never heard nobody do it. So I said, man, I want to do it. The pandemic opened up a space for me to slow down and not play by the rules a little bit.
Shit, well, I'm glad you did. Well, I gotta ask about the line white fans who don't like Obama. I'm with it, and that would actually be applicable to me because I remember him talking about how he was gonna like again. I'm always gonna be passionate about the mandatory minimums, and he wrote a lot of motherfucking wolf tickets about how he's gonna get people out of prison,
Right.
and that right there I didn't like. You know what I mean? So but what did you mean specifically when you said that?
Hey man, I ain't no friend of the Democratic Party, bro. A lot of people try to pander both sides of the ball. We got this thing going on today in the movement where I call them Obama Shakors. It's people who want to quote Assata Shakur, but fully live their lives according to the philosophies of Michelle Obama. And in real time, Michelle Obama and Assata Shakur are ops. They don't fuck with each other. Her husband was hunting that woman down. So how you gonna try to mix up the ideologies and the philosophies of one, but model it and package it to be a modernized version of the other? No, I just don't agree with that. I ain't fucking with that. So that's really what I meant. I got white fans who don't like Obama and I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the Midwest. I'm from the breadbasket. I'm not from a coastal city. I'm not from I don't have no coastal elitism in me. So a lot of my education is a working class education. And so when you get the feeling around with a working class education, the things you start to notice is that there's caveats that are deeper than race. There's caveats that are deeper than just the tangibles that we put on paper and present to each other. So I'm from the same lineage as somebody like Cori Bush, who she had rural white Missourians voting for her. You know what I'm saying? Because they agreed with her ideology. She didn't go down there pimping her identity. So you know what I'm saying? I'm one of those.
I mean, what's right is right. When what they say, tell the truth, shame the devil, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm looking for truth. Like I don't think that shit's gonna automatically come prepackaged for me to conveniently judge. Just by how it looks. You're gonna have to judge that motherfucker. But then the next song, Elemental Smiling Faces. What you talk about your element a lot in there, and you're just talking about working class, so that segues nicely. What do you consider your element?
That's a good question.
Because I mean, it seems to me like you got your foot in a lot of worlds.
I'm definitely one part. I'm definitely a huge Pan-Africanist. I believe in the power of Black people.
I know what that means, but how would you define Pan-Africanism for a listener who wasn't familiar?
So I would say that I'm a part for me, because I can't define it for everybody, but for me, I believe that we've been lied to about slavery. I believe that that we are residing on a Black planet, a Black indigenous planet, and we have worked.
Have we been lied to about that though? Because if you study science,
yeah,
genetics straight up,
so this is what
you can get lighter from darker, but you can't get darker from lighter. So I mean, there's no disputing scientifically by what's quoted in textbooks that the first human being had to be Black, and if we're all descended from the first human being, there you go.
But this is to me, that's real, but it's even deeper than that, because we've been hearing that point for years, right? But in the real time, here's a point that you can see it with your own eyes.
Okay.
Places like Puerto Rico, places like Brazil, the Dominican Republic, Jamaica, and even if we want to be honest about it, huge portions of the United States, which were formerly recognized as Mexico, and
Right.
these places are all places that I consider to be places that are attached to the African diaspora. And we have been taught that all of us came from Africa at some point and we landed in Nebraska, and and that's how the story goes. And I'm not one of the people saying slavery didn't exist, but what I'm saying is the information that we've been given about it is just inaccurate information.
Those places had technology. They had learning. They had advanced mathematics. They had
Yeah, man.
chemistry.
It
They had
was,
science.
yeah, yeah. So when I go to PR and I see a cat who ain't never been to Africa, never been to Missouri, but he live in Puerto Rico, and he just as dark as me, look like me. We just talk a different language. His family been on that island since who knows how long. You know what I'm saying? Nobody brought them people there. They was there. Um, I just believe that we have been misinformed, and in the process of unearthing the misinformation, we got to realize that a lot of that misinformation is being used to propagate just all our lies, which are creating the bipolarization, and that polarization is being done in the name of preventing all our revolution.
Right, because the people they got their hands on the wheel, want to keep their hands on the wheel, and they want more. You know, like a lot of times people. I mean, like one thing I can't stand with people who basically have the same enemy are arguing because the details don't matter. The results are the same, and
Yeah,
it's greedy people taking more.
yeah, man. And that's like not see the vaccine parts about nine. A lot of the subversive subject matter for me is music that was motivated after I did a deep dive on some stuff. I did a deep dive on QAnon. I did a deep dive on some of the like hate it or love it. I did a deep dive on cats like 4G Auto Blow, who were like huge pro-Trump rappers, you know what I'm saying? And cats like J360, huge Donald Trump rappers. And I said, you know, let me listen to the parts of their messaging that I may not agree with, but let me see why they feel how they feel, what they
You
feel.
steel man in it. That's what objective people do. You listen to
You know what
what
I'm
people
saying?
disagrees with you. You know that's my observation about the song. Like you know the lyrics were profound, but it's like you were interweaving your personal story with your personal observations of things that was going on societally, and like bringing it in like a full
It's
circle.
it's just like game banging, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be in St. Louis, you could be a six deuce crib. Traditionally, six deuce and six O's don't get along. You know what I'm saying? They kind of funk with each other. But I look at a situation like so the six deuce ally might be an ally of, you know, some cats that don't get along with the 60s, or the 60s might have an ally that don't get along with the six deuce allies. But in a situation like what we in politically right now, I'm not going to agree with supremely with some cats like like J360 or 4G Auto Blow, but I am going to have some commonalities in the motherfuckers that I consider my enemies. You
Bro,
know,
that was an awesome fucking callback to what we were just talking about. Damn, and you know, the last thing I want to say about that song, you know, I guess you call it a bridge, but that smiling faces part, you know, it sounds like you about to say something kind of uplifting. But when you actually peep what you're saying, I want people to listen to it for themselves. The implications of that are haunting as fuck.
yeah, man, you get it, bro. That shit, man. I've been called to make songs like that for a while, but I just didn't want to do it because they're too real. Um, and then the reality of a lot of my music is I have to put some fantasy in there in order to break up how real it is, because it's just some of the realest shit you're gonna be listening to if you could be listening to rap. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a lot of times it's like some 50 Cent ghetto Quran shit where I gotta throw some imagination in there because I'm spitting so much real. I could damn near take you to the doorstep of the motherfuckers who killed my partners. You know what I'm saying? I'm damn near leading you down the same streets that I'm driving as I think about, you know, my dead homies. So there's a lot of danger in keeping it that real. You know what I'm saying? So I have to have songs like Vaccinate the Sun, the beginning of it, where I'm not completely making a alternate world up, but I am opening your mind to another type of reality, because the real reality that I'm living in is one where I got dead homies. They buried it in the same city I drive around in every day. And, you know, these is cats I had lived experiences with, you know what I mean? I was one of the people in the car with Bassam and Darren Sills when they got pulled over. It was me, Bassam, Darren Sills, inside D Sills Mustang over here, probably 10 minutes from where I live now. And we had an armada of cops uh, surrounding our car. that song is so real. It's stuff I even put in that song. We had a stolen cop car radio inside the whip. We ain't steal it, so don't come knocking on my door, state troopers. Y'all left it and we picked it up. But you know, and they let us go because they realized we ain't do nothing wrong. Y'all left the radio. But they took their property back and drove off. But we could have got our brains blown out, man. They had all three of us in the whip. And you know, that incident occurred probably 5 minutes from where my mama lived, right across the street from where that was going down. It used to be a gas station. My little brother, maybe a year or two ago, like a year and a half ago, got fucking shot up at that gas station by some dudes who just pulled up with masks on and just started spraying shit. So these songs are all connected to stuff that I'm not making up in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Like real emotions, real thoughts. I might drive by a building. I drive down the same streets that Michael Brown was walking every day just to put some of that energy back in me. You know what I'm saying? And make me, you know, remember what happened. Last night, I was just at the fried rice place on West Florissant talking to my homie like, man, this was the hottest strip in the world at some point. You know what I mean? This was hotter than the Gaza Strip. And now we out here just posted up at the carts, smoking a joint, looking at the traffic. But I vividly remember when this was damn Palestine in North St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? I vividly remember seeing the military out here. So a lot of my music is what I call, man, I'm trying to make lifestyle luxury music for revolutionaries, you know what I'm saying? Or alternative thinkers, or people who want to be free, or people who want to listen to music and not feel like they watching or listening to something that was written by a cat that should have been writing movies. You know what I'm saying? Talent-wise, I want you to feel like talent-wise, I want you to feel like you in a movie, but I don't want the music to be so exasperated and exaggerated that you just can't feel that it's no reality in my shit. It's a lot of niggas that can rap, but I don't feel no reality in they shit, man. And I feel the angles and all of that, but I don't feel that heart and that passion that's going to make a person that's on the brink of suicide turn that song on.
Man, you're gonna love what I think about Never Change. Then, so on Never Change, you know, you definitely on the verses you have a strong delivery. The first verse is more aggressive, and like, you know, going to another level. I feel like it kind of illustrates let's say the conflicting dichotomy of your existence, which, you know, is even more paradoxical because of your 100% authenticity. And then I like how the song switches and it still has a strong delivery, but it starts becoming a little more aspirational. And there's some of those buried rewindable lyrics I was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both of those songs about the same age. Probably they new to y'all, but they hella old to me. So I did a rough draft of this album. From when Duke Wellington had sent me the first batch of beats that I felt like could move the project forward, because I had a lot of songs recorded, but we were sitting on a lot of music and I just didn't know how to put together what I was hoping to put together. And Duke sent me a batch of beats that made sense, and I did a dry run of the album, and these two records wasn't even on that mug at first. So I was like, man, this shit is missing something. You know, it's good, but I just don't feel that this is for how long it took me to put out another one, for what's going on in the world, for the vibes and the energies, this needs something else. So I went back and considered adding Never Changed Up in that Abundance Life joint. And I felt like Never Change Up was, we've been knowing, everybody, my whole team been bumping Never Change Up for 3 summers now. So we knew that mug was gonna go, because we've been playing it this long and it ain't never got old. So I listened to that song and I was like, this has a place on this project, because the beat is so knocking for one, and then for two, yeah, it's kind of like an original flow where I'm talking that stuff, but I'm kind of you know, I'm saucing a little bit. It ain't really as much about, you know, over rapping as it is about just kind of like stating my claim about what I'm talking about. And then you know, to connect it to that record after that, you know what I'm saying, just expanded it. It just made it even bigger because it's like, oh, you know, it ain't too much getting away from what, like you just said, it's not too much getting away from, all right, let's get back to the deeper subject matter at hand. Let's get back to the narrative at hand here. And I feel
It's
like,
almost like how it looks like if all the movements worked out, how life would be if things went right.
man, you own it, bro. For me, I'm thinking about, you got to give them the sugar before you can give them the realness.
Honey with the medicine, right?
You know what I'm saying? Give them a little bit of soda, let them eat dessert first. You know what I'm saying? I'm a vegan, so they may not want to eat what I'm on first. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I can dig it. So then, we get to meditate, and I could get into the music nerd shit. Like I liked how you incorporated the chanting and all that, but clearly on there, you're somewhat talking about women's plight in America, and I'm curious. Like me personally, I don't think Me Too's been that effective. Like America might be safer for some elite woman and casting couches, and as it should be. Like nothing, but I still feel like your typical chick working at Target or Walmart or McDonald's gonna have bosses that's gonna you want this shift, do this, do that. Like, do you personally feel America's gotten any safer for women when, like, in the Me Too era?
No. I mean, I'm not a woman, so you know what I'm saying. May or may not be my place to say, but I don't think so. You know what I'm saying?
I don't believe a lot of people saying that. Like, I think their actions aren't the ones of those that are trying to protect women.
I'll tell you like this, bro. Everything in this country that's curated in terms of the social justice space, you got to watch the way that things are presented to the public and how it's established. And I'm gonna tell you, anything that ain't got no identity with the poor, no identity with the have-nots, no identity with the people that's really struggling, you just got to ask yourself some questions about it. You feel what I'm saying? Because if it don't start with the most fucked up people in the society, then who is it really for? You feel me? So a lot of times social justice movements become just things that are designed to entertain people nowadays, because people on Twitter all day, and Twitter then became
or they start out good and fucking corporations Trojan horse their way into them motherfuckers.
Even with that, a lot of times the people who started it know that the corporations gonna Trojan horse their way into it. They know they coming. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have the intentionality to ever not let them get inside. You feel me? So it's all about choices, bro. We all make choices every damn day, period. And your choices dictate what happens for not just you, but for a lot of people.
All right, on the next song, 38 Special, Free Your Mind, after the switch, I like how you kind of focus on, like you was just saying with the honey before the medicine. Well, that's how I said it. I forgot how you said it.
This is exactly what I did with this one. Because I felt like Free Your Mind was a good song, but I know people's ears, man, they wouldn't want to listen to that without some rah-rah shit in front of it.
Well, I was gonna say, I felt like you gave him grace before you gave him wrath, and I feel a lot of times, like be it left wing, right wing, sentencing, I feel like there ain't enough grace. It's too much. We gotta get rid of you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? It's not like sometimes we gotta save these people.
Yeah, man. And a lot of people you can't save, but it damn shows about.
Well, then you give them the wrath, but at least give them a chance for the grace.
The grace, to me, where we miss out on grace the most is with ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, we beat ourselves up so fucking much. That's why you have people who be like saying, people. I don't want to offend nobody with this, but this is how you have people who. I'm one of the people who used to have chronic bouts with depression. Right. And I still get depressed sometimes.
Me too. Yep.
But now I have such a firm grasp and reality on why I'm depressed, because guess what? I'm living in a world that's completely manipulating my mind. They're giving me dirty water. They're giving me dirty food. They're killing people daily. They're raping people daily. I'm living in a planet that's not pure. I'm on the middle of a rock in the middle of nowhere, and nobody want to get their shit together. So I'm not the person that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? I'm putting bodies on myself that aren't my bodies to carry. So once I started to realize, and this is what I sincerely mean, man, the person who's taking me through the thing doesn't get to clinically diagnose what my mind is doing. My
Right.
mind, my emotions and my mind are responding to the way I'm being treated, to the things I'm seeing, to the things I'm interacting with. So you get to go, oh, Tef, you crazy, you're depressed. Ooh, ooh. I'm not depressed, I'm oppressed. You feel me? I'm not depressed, I'm offended. You know what I'm saying? It's not me. I'm emotionally fucked up by the things that you put into the world and the zeitgeist. I don't make the rules. I didn't create the society.
Damn,
So
I never thought of it like that. That's deep as shit, bro.
it's real talk.
Like basically that's the emotionally intelligent response.
It's real
That's
talk.
not no defective mental response.
It's real
That's a
talk.
proper mental response. Yeah.
It's real talk, bro. I can't come in your house, flip your shit over, set your shit on fire, and then look at you and be like, damn, you sad as fuck. Something wrong with you. No, motherfucker, you just fucking came in my crib, flipped my shit over, and burnt my fucking everything I ever had. I got a right to be sad if I really sit down and analyze what the hell is going on.
Damn,
You
bro,
know?
that's like super eye opening to me. Like I said, I did some time and I was watching State Property with my wife, right? And I was like, man, you know what? When I was watching this at the time, I thought this shit was cool as shit. And there's one scene I can particularly relate to. It might be State Property too. It's the one that got Freeway in the cell with him. But and I'm like, man, looking back now though, like me, them, we was all just full of so much motherfucking pain.
Pain, bro. Raw, authentic pain. You know what
But
I'm
you know, like
saying?
in jail, you know, you can't have time to sit there and dwell on,
Yeah.
oh, I feel bad, I feel. But you're right, and none of us. I mean, I never looked at it like that. None of us was depressed. We was suppressed, oppressed, repressed,
Yeah.
and that's just a normal mental reaction. You should ain't no shame in that.
It is what it is, bro. You got a radical dilemma. If somebody fucking you up and you feel you have a response to being fucked up, that person don't get to. If I am depressed, I get to diagnose my own depression. But you don't get to diagnose the terms and the conditions of my depression if that's the case. You don't get to fuck me up and then come in here and say, yeah, your mind is off, you're chemically imbalanced. Nah, motherfucker, you fuck. How about you stop fucking me up first, then we cast the diagnosis.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm saying?
the Shogun say, "Never give knowledge to man who don't seek it." All right, the next song, Jupiter. You know, and I won't be offended if you say no, but can I ask who this is about?
Oh man, everybody keep kidding me up about that. It's motivated by a few women. You know what I'm saying?
See, I thought it was probably like a composite, as they would say in comic book movies and shit.
That's the official answer.
Uh,
I thought
that's what's
about,
up.
I actually thought about cutting that record right before we put it on there, but because it felt like the
Too,
most.
too open, or because you ain't want somebody, too many
Nah,
people gonna think it was them and be offended.
we got more. I got more open shit that's more open that I haven't released yet that I plan on releasing. You know what I'm saying? So it's never the openness in the lyrics. For me, I'm gonna keep it 100 on that. Whatever I write is what I write for the most part. Uh, I don't try to talk about nobody else's life. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about what's really real, but in my life. But it's in part about the fact that if you really listen to the song, it sounds like a love song. But what it is if you really listen to that mug,
It's a, I don't know how to say the word. How you say the word lament? Like I'm one of the motherfuckers I read words, but I ain't never heard nobody say it.
yeah, I think it's lament. I don't know.
Yeah,
L-E-M.
yeah. It's a oh man, my public school ass
Yeah,
lamentation. I
lamentation.
feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You feel me? So it's like um my
lamentation.
boy,
Yeah.
well, I grew up in the era of Ja Rule being on TV every other day. You know what I'm saying? And he had them joint.
Till
You know what I'm
50.
saying? At
Yeah.
the time I hated Ja Rule, but when I became a grown man, I understood the necessity for songs like that. So one thing he used to say, like he used to write about real women and real, multiple songs and stuff like this. So I just
Hey,
write.
his little book ain't bad. If anybody listening that's in the rap books, ja Rule book better than you think it'd be. Like
Yeah.
he do a real good job of describing what the prison experience is like. But back to Jupiter, you know, one thing I took from that, it made me think of several people I know that overlooked a good woman. And you think that's something that's kind of inherent to men in general, that they often overlook the best woman for them?
Um,
Like, what percentage of men would you estimate by the age of 40 missed out on the best woman that they could have had?
I mean, that's everybody, but I also look at it like this, my bro. Um, call me crazy, man, but everything happens for a reason.
Agreed.
So,
Agreed,
um,
definitely.
if anything about our lives is off, all our lives is connected. What you do connected to my life, what I do connected to your life. If we make any wrong decision, ultimate wrong decision, all of this is off. The whole planet is thrown off because the chemistry and the scientific elixir that it takes to make planet Earth possible is only predicated through the possibility of the decisions that we making every day. So the universe is such a precise thing that shit, what's happening is what's supposed to happen.
I mean, you're right. Thoughts literally have weight. They've actually been able to weigh thoughts.
That's deep.
Yeah. So shit, man.
So
But what you just said was deep, bro. Shit.
So I leave it like that. You know what I'm saying? I make a lot of choices. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man who got to make choices. Everybody got to make choices.
Man, we gotta leave it like that. How the fuck I'm gonna top that? I barely understood it. All right, so next, we got Gangland Party, and that song go hard as fuck. And I like how you had a different delivery and all that. But since we ain't had the chance to do a overall show, can you talk a little bit about the actual Gangland Political Party? Because I love that, and we'll get more to kind on the next song, but yeah, the Gangland Political Party.
So yeah, man, it's something we just really have been building out. Me, my boy Jay Stretch, my man Fresh.
Everybody welcome, right?
Everybody welcome. It's a thing. We don't separate according to color, religion, gender. It's not based on it's not a movement based on race. It's a movement. So like you could be a goddamn Hell's Angel and still be Gangland Party. So it's really based upon ideology, a willingness to organize those who the society say can't be organized. But also it's an imprint, it's a label where I'm actively looking for artists who need a home, that artists that are unique and want to be real and often don't know how to give themselves a start to get fans or get listeners, or don't have a place that's going to take them through the experience of saying, hey, you valuable, just because you don't make radio music, or just because you ain't on this or on that, and you present in your community in a certain type of way, or you walking through life in a certain type of way, and just artists with a revolutionary center in a sense. But I'm looking for people that make music that's quality music. That's one thing. I'm not a conscious rapper in my opinion. I'm an MC that makes quality music, and so I talk about a lot of my
Bro,
stuff.
you're an old school gangster rapper, like before it was commercialized, when it was when that meant reporting on what was going on in their community.
That's all I'm doing. I consider myself the new school version of that, bro. I consider myself that.
Me too. I mean, like when I first heard you, I thought of like the Bomb Squad era Ice Cube, Predator era Ice Cube.
Boy, you are a music connoisseur, because you exposing a lot of my influences with what I'm even ever telling you that. That definitely was what I was on a couple years ago. I was like studying that shit. I was listening to it day and night, breaking it down, trying to figure out what was the formula for what they was doing. And I was like, how the hell do I take this sound? Because I've heard other people take other hip hop sounds and modernize it, right? Like everybody in the game got children. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z ain't nothing but Big Daddy Kane's child.
Right, exactly.
Nas is Rakim's child. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know how I peeped it, bro? It's like Ice Cube. I read a lot, right? So I wouldn't know a lot of stuff he was talking about, and it's before the internet. So I go read. Like behind me, there's a big ass picture of Fred Hampton, way before Judas and the Black Messiah. So then when I'm listening to your music, I don't gotta read about. I already know about most of the stuff you're talking about. Like I ain't need Watchmen to know about Tulsa. So like you said, speaking on the formula. And the formula, it's almost like how they do with comic book movies. Like you put them Easter eggs in there, and like you get the people to be like, oh, it's nice, or oh, I like the hook. But then after they hear it a couple times, they start being like, oh, who's that name? And if they don't know, they in the know. I ain't gonna say who, but I was struck. Some artists I deal with a lot, they sung the somebody in the national anthem at a UFC event. And I congratulated her for it, and I didn't want to shit on her accomplishment at all. It was goosebumps and everything. But I was curious if they was aware about the slavery in the second verse. And we got 5 people age 18 to 30, and the only person, musicians, and the only person that know all of color, and the only person that knew about the slavery in the second verse was me and my wife, who's a public school teacher. Damn. So like point being, like every time you put something in your music, somebody gonna pick. They might not pick it up on day 1, but if they pick it up on day 37.
Bro, I'm one of those. I'm talking about people like Raz Cass. I'm talking about people like Dead Prez.
Soul on Ice, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm one of those. I'm one of those that listen to music that was banned, you know what I'm saying? X-rated, cats in prison, dropping albums on telephones, you know what I'm saying? How you running a whole record label off a telephone? You dropping whole albums over the telephone for prison.
With his mama. I interviewed X-rated. Check out DGB, the X-rated interview. But yeah, his mama was doing it for him, doing the business.
I never knew that. I really got to listen to that interview now, dog.
But, that's a Rita one, but yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna check it out. That's the type of stuff that that creates a Tef Poe, because that's the stuff that I'm reading about as a kid. And then when I become a younger man, you got me listening to like Travis Scott and, you know what I'm saying, the Kanye's and the Lil Waynes. And so I'm like the cat that came up influenced by all of that stuff. But then I'm in the music climate where this is the music that people on. So I say, hey, let's take both of them worlds and start mixing it up and see what come out of it.
Which, you know, back to, you know, the Gangland Party, the song, I definitely saw how you had multiple deliveries on that. You know, you kind of had like, you know, them cats you was naming with the music. I kind of look at that as the music theory generation. And then the earlier people you was talking about, I kind of look at that as, I mean, they're different eras, so they're not a generation, but I look at that as like the revolutionary category. Yeah. And to me, it's automatically revolutionary because everyone you named came out on a major label, and they must have fought a hell of a fucking battle to get that shit released.
No capping, they had to, bro. God damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So then, you know, my personal favorite song, just as far as like thematically, like flowing wise, I don't know. There's many Jones is strong. But like I really like what you say on the Lyda Park Mansion House. I might have said it wrong. But before we even get into anything, y'all can check out my episode with Mordecai Lyons. I love to hear Mordecai on the intro asking you what the fuck you doing. And for those who don't know, can you explain what the Boycott Times is real quick?
Yeah, man. Boycott Times, bro, is, man, something me and Mordecai Lyons started. Leon, he calls himself Mordecai Leon. Motherfucker will put that Leon on there. But
Leon and Tarjay. I be saying lines too, man. I say it to say how you want to say it though.
But he
I even know that. Damn, I feel bad. I was saying it the other way the whole time.
It's actually his real name is Lion, but he like to go by Leon. Okay. But so, you know, I called Dog when I was recording that. That's produced by Indiana Rome. You know, Indiana Rome, you know, I love working with that motherfucker, man. I think Rome is a legend for what he does. We make different types of music, but in the music universe that I exist in, we need an Indiana Rome. He's like a child of like Pimp C and Bun B mixed into one person, and he makes his own beats. He drops his own album. He's another independent dude that's been dropping mad stupid albums for a long time. He got hella music. But
what's his name again?
Indiana Rome. That's who produced the track. He from Indiana.
But he raps too?
Yeah, he raps too.
I mean, if he sound like a mixture of Bun B and Pimp C, bro, just like you gonna go read the interview, I'm gonna go listen to some Indiana Rome shit.
Yeah, his beats just fucking slap. But and he produces all his shit. He produces most of his own shit. And if what he doesn't produce, he just he has that ear to find the right cat to curate what he wants to curate.
So who's Lyda Pack?
Lyda Pack, smoking on a Lyda Pack.
Oh, Lyda. So who's Lyda? Yeah.
Yeah, Lyda is our former mayor in St. Louis.
Got you.
That song is really controversial. I say, smoking on the lighted pack. I hope she die up in her sleep. Bring police if we gonna meet. I know the nines do not retreat. And I turn the spirit embedded in all of my lyrics. Salute the crow. We bring explosives with a chest full of explosives. Come from the New Shaka Zulu. I wrote, you know, so I'm basically back on my Tef Poe bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I say
Nat Turner's my favorite historical figure. Why do you dislike Miss Lyda so much?
It's her whole administration I'm hitting up in that motherfucker. I'm hitting up Jimmy Edwards, who was supposed to be like this fucking safety coordinator in St. Louis. Ain't no safety, so I can't call him nothing. You know, he was at the time that I wrote that. He don't got his job no more. But you know, they hang out with a lot of characters that are problematic, and I be hearing my name come up in different conversations from them cats that I don't like the way my name come up. And I always said when it was time I was going to address it. You know, Louis Reed, I had caught wind of some negative he had said about me. So you know, it's these different politicians that
Well, they don't like kids having book bags.
they don't realize I don't gotta play the same game as them. So I talk directly to the streets. I put it. I'm being nice about it because the old me would have just sprayed the whole clip in a whole nother type of way. So, and I got more smoke. I got a record that I did not put on the album. That if I did put it on the album, trust to God, nobody would like it in the political sector. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to chill, but
what's my man's name? You said Lewis Reed.
Yeah.
He be giving out coats and shit. I know it's mighty cold out there. He give out coats.
Skateboarding by the skateboarding by the riverfront. One of his political commercials. Apparently he's a
skateboarding by the riverfront, man. That's gonna bring all kinds of jobs to St. Louis. That's what we need. Skateboarding by the riverfront. Shit, man, maybe if the X Games come back, he can bring that shit to St. Louis.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he'd be in the Olympics.
Man, get the fuck out. Jesus Christ, bro. But, hey, can you, man, I gotta know, but young, because I know you don't be faking CIA on the labels. Could you elaborate a little bit about that?
I'm telling I'm dropping the game if people really listen.
I know about the FBI part, but the CIA on the labels.
There's heavy theories about rap being gangster rap in part being started by the CIA. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about like that music executive summit and the letter and all that stuff?
Yeah, see, I don't know how real that is or how fake it is. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that
it's like the Bible, even if it ain't true, it's real. Fact. Like if that letter ain't happened, shit, that meeting happened in some shape, form, or fashion. They ain't all just do that on accident. Souls of Mischief and Dell and the Higher, they ain't all go away for no reason.
Facts. And you ain't gonna convince me that some of these cats that's like the biggest rappers alive aren't like crisis actors and shit. You're just not gonna convince me that the government don't got an invested interest in placing people in hip hop and putting narratives around them.
I would tend to agree.
You're just not gonna convince me.
It's amazing how often the strategies to deal drugs that are conveyed in the more popular artist songs are definitely the strategies that will get your ass locked the fuck up quick.
You're not gonna convince me, man. Like,
can't sell dope on the iPhone.
Even like when you peep music, bro, like it's always cool for us to get on these records and tear each other down and promote beefing with the ops. That's why, like on this record, I challenged myself because on my last record I did a little bit of that. I did a little bit of speaking on the ops and woo and I was outside still a little bit in my last record, if I'm being honest. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna challenge myself. When I was writing these songs, part of the reason why I felt like it took us so long to put this album out is because I wasn't supposed to do that. My music is called to be a part of a different narrative. And when I look at the shit that's going on with all these major artists that are losing people around them every day, and you got to ask yourself, how can a cat be a platinum selling artist, but he taking more L's than he took when he was in the streets? Like,
word.
You rich now and taking the L's like you still on the corner. So it's like, why is that? And what I propose is the possibility for people to ask themselves, why is that? And then I'm sure through asking that question, trying to like really answer it, you're gonna see logically what's really going on. And what's really going on in a lot of these cases is the fact that these major labels are owned by corporations and entities in which
they're owned by hedge funds who invest in prisons
to smother the Black community in different ways, man. And it's no different than
the poor community shit, because these are the same companies that own the fucking the opioid companies.
Big facts.
Big pharma, all that shit.
Big facts. So it's no different than like, you know what I'm saying, like a corporation that sells alcohol, making sure everybody stay drunk, right? Because that's what they do. They sell alcohol. But how we gonna do that without no music?
Right.
So we need some music. Oh, you know what I'm saying? If I own prisons and I need people in them prisons, how we gonna do that? We gotta culturally make it acceptable to go to prison.
Yeah.
How we gonna do that?
It's a rite of passage and shit, unfortunately considered as such.
We do it through the music, bro. They do it through the music. So I couldn't be a part of no bullshit conversations, especially this time around, re-emerging. I just wanted to move forward. I'm not going take the responsibility off my own plate to lean into the leadership a little bit more.
Good. I'm proud of you for that. We got one more song, and I know I've held you up for a minute, but I gotta ask one last question about the Lighter Pack. What's up with the DJs getting fired in St. Louis?
Oh, yo, that shit's crazy, man. St. Louis got a lot of hip hop history that the rest of the country just don't know nothing about. We be at war with a lot of forces out here because we in the middle of the country and we ain't got no record industry infrastructure. So like for you to
you had like Hood Illustrated and Midwest mixtapes, basically.
yeah, those guys they support the artists all day. You know what I'm saying? The long way. And we got other things. We got STL Real News that be on Facebook and Instagram, really showing what's going on in the city. But I'm talking about for the most part, if we want to break bread on some music business without being like a trap rapper or you know, one of them cats who just beefing with fitting into the normal narrative of music today.
The spectacle.
In order to do that and just be an artist, like I just want to be an artist. I just want to be a cat that's making music and making quality projects and taking people on a journey. But I want to be able to do that and get to the fans. A lot of times in order to do that, we got to go to other cities. And
it's a shame, but yeah,
it's what it is. We got to travel around. We got to become nomadic. So the DJs being fired, to me, the ones that I was speaking about without saying too many names and offending folks, I was just talking about an era that I came up in. I saw it one day and then I opened my eyes the next day and it was all gone. It was just everybody was replaced. It was a new era. So
and now they only play like, you know, whatever's like the national top 50 or whatever.
I mean, they trying. It's a few people trying. You know what I'm saying? I mess with DJ Shay Money. She the homegirl from the bottom, and she built herself up and created everything she got.
I never heard of her, but shout out to her. Hip hop always need people like that, like they get in the power structure and bring local new artists in.
A real one that came from the bottom and did her thing. And it's a few other people, you know what I'm saying, like that. My boy, he called himself Reggie's son, but we used to call him Shorty the Prince. Real dude, solid cat. But we're in the stage of rebuilding right now. We're transferring. We're in a transferring period where the cats who were like the understudies of the previous generation, now it's our turn to assimilate and determine what leadership is going to look like within, you know, the St. Louis hip hop community.
Well, I mean, yeah, between you, T-Double, I mean, y'all definitely got a few that in my opinion, is up to the task. All right, so, you know, like I said, I ain't gonna hold you too long. I mean, shit, I already done held you, but last week I Hereafter, you know, that's a funky ass song. I felt like some of it had like the most melodic cadence of anything you did. I felt it. I mean, I hate using the term militaristic, especially in association with Islam, because, you know, the negative connotations. But some of the way you flowed almost felt like the call to prayer, especially as you hear it on the battlefield, you know, just in the cadence. And, you know, I'm not talking about no jihad shit.
No, I feel you.
No, I'm talking about for the people listening. I know you know.
I feel you, man.
Even, you know, go ahead.
I was going to say, you know what I'm saying? With me, man, I don't run from the controversies in my music. If anything, it's my job to find a space where the controversies aren't too sonically jarring for you. You know what I'm saying? Because I could say all the stuff I'm saying on any track, but is it the right thing to be saying on that track?
Word.
So that was the track. My boy Tom Beats made that track. And Tom is a real good friend of mine, real quiet white dude. He overthinks everything, making music for years. He got a Grammy with Kendrick Lamar and Ronald Isley. He recorded the intro to Pimp a Butterfly. He engineered that on that session. But he got a lot of, you know, not to put his business out there because I love him like a brother, but he got demons, just like I got demons. We all got demons.
We all do, yeah.
And when I listen to Tom's music, I hear the demons speaking, but because he's using this instrumentation to speak his heart and his soul. You know what I'm saying? So I can't do nothing less than that on those beats. And when I heard that, Mug, man, when you say the call to prayer, bro, you are 3 trillion% right. Because I wanted to make something that sounded like the morning call to prayer I heard when I was in Jordan. You know what I'm saying? When I hear it come on, I was like, dang, man, like these cats straight up on the bullhorn, blasting this out over the whole city. Like that was wild. And you know what I'm saying? They did that every time it was time to pray. You hear the call to prayer.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
it's beautiful, ain't it?
yeah, man. And it actually, for me, put the society in a space where I feel like they didn't realize how blessed they were to have that going on. Imagine if we had that in the States, blasting out through some of these ghettos, man. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to make my version of that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I tried to do was it it sounds a bit like a call to arms. For me, it's the rap song version of a fantasy I had when I was a kid, when I heard Raekwon on the Wu-Tang Forever intro on the second CD, and he was like, everybody put their boots on. You know what I'm saying? That's how I want that song to sound like how I felt when I heard them dudes on there saying what they were saying. Like, I'm like, dang, you couldn't tell me that they weren't like ushering in something new and different and something that wasn't going to be easily swallowed for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I just wanted to be that's where I'm at in terms of making music. I just want to do unique stuff, man. And I just that is a very soul stirring song. Like I was on an airplane the day before the album came out, and I'm listening to it, and
it's still funky though, too, bro.
yeah, yeah, because the guitar riff in that bad boy, that
yeah,
that is nutty, man. It's like I love stuff like that in the music, dog. I love stuff like that. I know the message is what it is, but I like the musicality of it so much, man. When you like the way my boy Matt Sawicki brought the and this is another one. If you peep my albums, so I'm gonna give away a big bar that I've never given away on anybody's show. You peep my albums if you wanted to, from Black Julian 1, 2 to 9. You could basically play those like a director's cut version of Justice League. Like that could be 4 to 3 hours of a continual progressive climax to get to the point where we get to the last song on 9, which is, because for me, all of those are interconnected. 9 is just the part where it's like, oh snap, this is Harry Potter 6, god damn it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
Like, oh shit, this shit from we thought he was coming with motherfucking Black Julian 3, but this is motherfucking Harry Potter 9. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, by the time you get to Hereafter, I wanted to subliminally tell on myself. What I was doing that whole album was trying to take people to hell first and then take them to heaven. I started out with the dark. My boy Rockwell hit me up. He said, man, this mug is dark. I did that intentionally. I wanted to start off with the dark, but the transition records, if you peep game, they all bright.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There may be one record where it don't get brighter. That may be like the Gangland record. I produced the second half of that record, and that mug it sound dark in the mug. You know what I'm saying? But I like people. The thing is, in this era, man, I'm also making music for cats that are like myself. You sitting at home, you smoking weed with your lady, y'all, you know, you want to turn on something that's intriguing, something that's conversational, something that's got a vibe to it. You don't always want to have to listen to, you know, some stuff that ain't even talking about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like to have that type of energy, you know, to keep some hip hop in the mix. You don't want to just always have to listen to something that ain't talking about nothing. So
or be talking about shit I don't got. Like I don't know, like, you know, I don't got no Bugattis or none of that shit. And it ain't nothing wrong with that. But like I you know, sometimes you, like you said, you smoking weed with your lady, you ain't in the mood of listening to, and it ain't hating. But I don't want to be sitting there like, damn, I wish I had a mansion.
Real talk, bro. So I'm just trying to be the rapper that I realized this, fam, too. During the last presidential election, I realized this. And this is where this country is going. If people really use their minds and take heed. There's a lot of us that are hybrids of everything. And we are the people who at this very moment are struggling to kind of find people that we relate to in the public zeitgeist.
Word.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of people talking about revolution. Yeah, there's a lot of people talking about, you know, whatever they talking about. But like, how does that actually relate to me? Like, as like where do I land in the spirit of what the hell these people are talking about? You know, and the conversation all too often don't got nothing to do with people who I feel are like people like you and me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm talking about people who I don't see nothing wrong with owning a gun. I don't see nothing wrong. If you want to vote, go and get your vote on. I'm probably not going to vote for a presidential candidate personally. That's just not something I want to get. I don't want to reaffirm this democracy in that way by acting like I don't think that Pepsi is selecting the candidate. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to.
Yes.
I don't want to play games with that. Like, I think this, like I deeply believe the social algorithm was altered in a way that made it the reality of Joe Biden being the president what it was. So I don't.
And then people from our generation, bro. I know you. I can assume and I guarantee I'm right. You must hate censorship. Like I hate censorship in any fucking form.
Hell yeah, man. And I just don't believe. That the democratic process is actually democratic.
Agreed.
You know, so
I don't believe capitalism's real either.
I ain't trying to reaffirm none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Me neither. I'm with you, man.
So I'm living my life in a way that's intentional to that. Now, what's going to happen within that is I ain't going to really have too many people in the public space to relate to.
Yeah, no doubt.
Who are my celebrities? Who are my icons? Who are my public speakers? Who are my representatives in real time? Who fucking really represents those people?
Tef Poe, Mordecai Leones, Dr. Cornel West. I mean, I can name some more.
That's why we made the boycott times, you know what I'm saying? To represent people like that, you know what I'm saying? So you get it, man. It's a complicated task I'm trying to pull off because
it is, brother. It is. You know, I ain't want this shit to take too long. There's mad things I wanted to ask, but you know, about leadership. Like I know that shit must be a burden sometimes.
Yeah, I don't. We all are leaders to a certain degree, man. You know what I'm saying? So it's
but I mean, like there was times you had to take. I don't know if you had to, but you did. You took heavy responsibility on your shoulders. I mean, at one point for America, you were literally the voice of a whole class of people who never had a voice before.
Yeah, man, a lot, bro. And you know the truth about that is, my dog, I made a lot of mistakes in that process too. You know what I'm saying? It's a learning. You're always on a trajectory to learn more and relate to people more. And I'm gonna tell you this: if I knew what I know now, back then, I had a lot of people who were riding with me from all aspects of life, you know. And if I had to tell myself something I did wrong as a leader, is I did not do the greatest job of making sure that my message was resonating with all those people. So, and if you look at somebody like Pac, he's a great example of that. You'll have a motherfucker riding,
damn good point,
with a damn Donald Trump t-shirt on, bumping Hail Mary. I'm for sure it was cats down there at the insurrection listening to Pac in their earbuds. I'm for sure of it.
Word.
So it's like
I hit him up.
It's like when you understand the game on that level, dog, you like, you know what I'm saying? It's about finding ways to enrich the humanity of everybody, you know what I'm saying? And then find ways to relate to it and then speak to that part of who they are. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll have a motherfucker that is a MAGA motherfucker that listen to Tef Poe. You know what I'm saying? Because for one, they see the intentionality behind what I'm presenting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to be on the shit they on, and I don't agree completely, but I agree on some caveats within that. You know what I'm saying? I agree we need a revolution. I agree that both sides are corrupt. I agree that we being manipulated. I agree that we being played with. So now we take that and we can pull that out and create an agenda that creates space for us to mutually come together at some point and say, okay, you riding this way, I'm riding that way. They want us to motherfucking just go straight heads up and clash, but I'm seeing where you can go in here and do some things that I can't go in there and do. You know what I'm saying? and I can go in here and do some things that you can't come in here and do. At the end of the day, we got a common enemy. We have common enemies, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people be trying to reaffirm the nuance that's always liberal, the nuance that's always Christian, the nuance that's always telling you what you can and can't say, telling you what you can and can't do, how you should vote, why you didn't vote. You're an idiot if you didn't do this. You're not politicized this way. You're this, you're that, you're that.
Vote or die.
You know, all that bullshit, man. So it's like,
as brought to you by Revlon.
exactly, dog. Somebody got to be the person on this side that is doing what Fred Hampton was doing, which was, you know what I'm saying, actually building a proletarian revolution. I just use the music to do mine, and I step out in the streets and do what I can.
Man, I think that's a perfect spot to end it on, man. Thank you for your time, brother. Tef Poe, make sure y'all get 9 out right now. You got any merch for sale anywhere or anything?
It's all coming, man. I think we're gonna drop some vinyls on this one. We're working on some really crazy conceptual videos. My boy.
Oh, please drop the vinyl, bro.
It's coming, bro. It's coming.
Do you got any vinyls to this point?
I got like, you know, one-offs with my boy Rockwell Knuckles for like some singles we did a couple years ago, like 45s. But I don't got no real vinyls on none of my records that people have been playing over the
What
years.
you know where those are for sale at?
I know F5 Records put it out.
Okay, because you know
we put out.
I'm white as the driven snow, bro. White people collect shit.
Those are collector's items at this point, if you can find them, dog. If you get your hands on them, I'll sign them. They 45s, one for a single I had off a mixtape called Money Never Sleeps. The single was called Champagne Dreams. And then Rocky had a record on the other side. Rocky basically like the Snoop Dogg to my Pac, you know what I'm saying? The Jungle to my Nas, oh,
now you gotta come up with one more now.
Now I gotta come up with one more. I'm gonna say
the Havoc to your Prodigy.
The Havoc to my Prodigy. You know what I'm saying? The big boy to my 3 stacks. The 3 stacks to my big boy. However you want to apply it. You know what I'm saying? It's just
word.
He a constant factor in my music universe. You know what I'm saying? Been my boy for a while.
All right, well, that's what's up, man. Y'all check out 9 on all streaming platforms. Thank you for your time, brother, and take it light, man.
Yeah, my dog. Thanks for having me.
No doubt. Salute and have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.
The Superfast Network, home of Jump Pop, SDE, and the Superfast Show, now available on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts from. Come check out St. Laz, G from the Shop, and Mark Waldo Ward.